The following episode is explicit and is intended for mature audiences. Listener and viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everybody, it's Nathaniel Avila reporting from Dallas County, and I'm here with Clara Avila.
That's right, Clara Avila, also reporting from Dallas County.
Right.
Right.
Okay, so we're going to be trying this new thing out.
Mm-hmm.
This is a little bit just testing the waters here a little bit.
Dipping our toes in.
Yeah. Now we're going to talk about, what are we going to talk about today?
I believe, as you have told me, we're going to be talking about the Helluva-verse?
The Helluvaverse, which is the very popular show, it's like the collective phrasing for Hazbin Hotel and Helluva Boss. So that collective thing is called the Helluvaverse.
Yes.
And so we're going to be talking about that. So talk to me. How did you first find out about this media?
Okay, well, I first heard of Vivzipop.
Yeah.
Who is Viviana Medrano, the creator of both Hazbin Hotel and Helluvaverse. Helluva Boss is what I meant to say. But I first heard about her in high school through her webcomic on Tumblr, Zoophobia.
Mm-hmm.
And from then on, I went to see her YouTube channel when I learned that she also did animations. And I was like, this is really cool stuff. So I followed, and I looked into a little bit about, because when she first starting out, she had some voice claim videos about
Voice claim.
Voice claim. You know what a voice claim is?
What is a good voice claim?
So a voice claim is basically when you have a character and you're like, I want to show off how this character sounds like to me in my head.
Mm-hmm.
And basically what you do is you pull from like people in real life. So like a voice actor in real life or a singer in real life, and you say, okay, this is what my character sounds like. It sounds like this person.
Mm-hmm.
So she had a video on her channel about some voice claims for some characters that would later be in Hazbin Hotel. So characters like Alistair, Mimsy. She had done a video where she was, attaching different songs to those characters. And that's where I first had my encounter with Hazbin Hotel.
Now, has any of those actual voice claims became their actual her dream casting actually became the actual casting? Did she ever cast any of those people?
I cannot remember what the actual voice claims are. Definitely not the one for Alistair, because that was from Annie, the you're never fully dressed without a smile.
Oh, that guy?
That guy.
I'm pretty sure he's dead.
Exactly, so definitely not that one.
I can look it up.
Sure.
According to this is from the wiki.
Mm-hmm.
At least the headcanon thing on here is, it says Erica Henningsen, who is the official voice actress.
Mm-hmm.
For Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
I know Vaggie was Stephanie Beatrice, who is the actual voice actress.
Mm-hmm.
And let me see, who is it for Angel Dust? If it says Blake Roman, I think they're just straight up copy pasting the actual cast list, and I don't think it is.
Let me see what you're looking at.
Oops, let me look this.
Okay.
Okay, here it is.
Okay.
Here's the wiki.
Let me see here.
The headcanon voice is where it is. It's on the bottom.
At the bottom. Let me take a look-see here.
But I can also, I think
Mm-hmm.
I can also look up some songs that she had associated for each character that she wanted the actual actors to audition for. That she has I think she posted the character audition sheets, which includes various songs associated with each character. I know Angel Dust his audition song was "Toxic" by Britney Spears.
Mm-hmm.
Lucifer's was the Greatest Showman song from The Greatest Showman. Did you not find it?
No, I couldn't find it. I don't know where I was going.
Okay, I'll find it. Wow, you really went down there.
Well, you said it was at the bottom.
I mean, like the bottom at the quick.
Oh.
The quick.
It would have been
things.
nice if you had, I don't know, specified that.
Sorry, but yeah, okay. Here it is. You got to click on more.
Oh. I don't look at wikis very often.
Let me see. All the way down, all the way down, all the way down. Yeah, headcanon voice Blake Roman. Yeah, I think they're just copy pasting.
They're just copy pasting
the official
cast
list.
Cast list, yeah.
So yeah, let me see if I can look up the actual like the. I think I have it saved. I'm not 100% sure though. Let me see if I can. I'm not 100. I'm not big on the Facebook because I have it on Facebook. Dang it! I think they removed it.
Dang it.
Okay. Wait, did I remove it? Yeah. No. Yeah. I think it got removed, so I can't. It's not here. But anyway. Yeah. So I kind of came into it when I think the first time I actually heard of it was the AMV, the infamous AMV, which, if you look up on the IMDb, official IMDb page for the pilot of Hazbin Hotel, the banner image is from the AMV.
Wow.
So that's kind of funny.
That is a bit funny.
So yeah, so the official has that. So do you want to explain what the infamous AMV is?
Is this the one that cost all that money?
Yeah, $50,000
$50,000
allegedly.
AMV allegedly. Okay, all right, sure. I can talk about it.
Or unless you want me to talk about it.
I mean, I just don't, how specifically do you want me to get into this?
Well,
do you want me to mention names, or do you want me to just talk about?
We can mention names. It's all public.
It's all public. That's true. So the creator Verbalace, most well known for his cartoon rap battles, I believe. I had no idea who this person was before this whole situation, but I believe that's what he was known for. Apparently, spent quite a lot of money on a somewhat okay looking AMV, which is animated music video, to actually a very good song, and it's pretty sad that this song is now associated with that music video.
Yeah,
but it's a really good song. But basically, what it is it's his Sona, right? So the cartoon version of himself that represents him, basically being chased down by Charlie, who is for some reason very obsessed with him and is trying to get jiggy with it.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I don't Vaggie. Nah.
Who is that?
Nah, let me get this rando.
Let me get this rando dude who I for some reason brought down to hell.
and then what was his name? Verbalace? Was his name Verbalace?
Verbalace, yes.
And Verbalace was like, oh no, please don't do that, Charlie.
Stop it.
And that was it.
That was it.
That's pretty much the long and short of it, which is very weird and kind of not cool. I think you removed it.
Yes, immediately, very quickly after you removed it.
Yeah.
But it's the internet. As soon as you put something up there, people are grabbing it and will find a way to make sure that it stays there on the internet.
Yeah. So I watched Saber Sparks' coverage of that whole debacle, and then it was right when Hazbin Hotel premiered on Prime, and then I came into it like, wow, this is a pretty interesting show. I love the art style because it's a very unique art style.
Yeah, Vivzy has a very unique art style.
And it's very unique, and it has a lot of good silhouettes. And it's not like, it's good to see something that's not akin to what is known as the Cal Arts style, which is
that very Western, simplified.
It was very common in the
cartoony
2010s.
style.
It was very common in the 2010s. It's like shows like Gravity Falls.
Gravity Falls, Amazing Gumball.
Yeah, Steven Universe.
Steven Universe, yes.
The Owl House also has that.
Owl House has it. Star
versus the Forces of
Evil has it. Yeah.
So it's good to see something that has like a unique art style that you can see like, okay, this is Vivzi's work.
This is Vivian. I'm just gonna call her Vivzi because that's how I've called her my whole life.
Okay. And so like, so yeah, that's how I saw it. And I've since kind of fallen in love with the franchise, and it is a very good franchise.
Which is, it's very nice considering it took you forever to actually watch the show.
Okay. Well, it was only 6 episodes?
It's 8 episodes.
8 episodes.
But, you started getting really into it without even watching it.
I was
you watch the show.
I got really into Dragon Ball Z when I was a kid, even though I wasn't allowed to watch it.
That's true.
Because it was so violent. Which it kind of is very violent. But... also there's the what came first, Hazbin Hotel or Helluva Boss?
So the pilot for Hazbin Hotel is what came first, and Hazbin Hotel came first in I assume Vivzi's mind, because she had been working on this story for a very long time, even before she posted the pilot on YouTube. Been thinking of, I believe there are old Tumblr posts where she had an Ask blog with Angel Dust and a bunch of other things that sort of showed off the beginnings of Hazbin Hotel as we know it now.
She had ideas for the characters since she was in high school.
Yeah, I believe so, yes.
I believe Alistair was the oldest one.
Alistair, yes. She did a lot of, more anthropomorphic style art a long time ago, more oriented towards the furry community, and I believe Alistair started off as just a cannibalistic deer.
Okay.
And that's how
he would eat other deer?
Yeah, he would eat other deers. So he was a deer and he would eat other deers. And then later on, she would develop him to be, he would be more humanoid, but he still kept those, what's the word? Those hints at his beginning as a deer. So, the deer ears, and he has little deer feet.
Right. And then I think Angel Dust was the next one.
Deer horns.
You mean antlers?
Yeah, antlers. Thank you.
So, I know Angel Dust was the next one that she made.
Angel Dust.
What she thought up. But I found the audition sheets.
Ooh, yes.
So Vaggy's audition song was Cry Baby by Melanie Martinez. Angel Dust was Toxic. And Valentino by Years and Years. Get it?
Yeah.
Because there's a character named Valentino. Which we'll talk in length another day. So... because there's a lot to say about that character.
There's a lot to say about Valentino.
Husk is House of the Rising Sun by the Animals. And Charlie's was Somewhere Over the Rainbow by Judy Garland and the Wizard of Oz.
Yep.
And Don't Rain on My Parade by Funny Girl.
Funny Girl.
That's what it's called. That's what her name is. So, yeah, that's it. Adams was actually Pour Some Sugar on Me by Def Leppard.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. And Valentino's was Sway by Michael Bublé.
Oh, very interesting.
Yeah, and Alistair's was I Can't See It because it's all pixelated. I can't see.
Can I see? Let me take a look.
But Carmilla's was Americano by Lady Gaga.
Ooh.
Yeah, here. It's all pixelated. Good luck reading that. So...
That's really interesting. I wonder why it's so pixelated like that. It's gone.
Okay, so let's get into the meat and potatoes of it.
The meat and potatoes.
Oh, also.
Yes.
Today, also, we would like to wish Mr. Horvats a very happy 59th birthday.
Who is that?
He plays Moxie on Helluva Boss.
Ah, yes.
He's a very well-known voice actor. He's played Zim. He's played Billy and Billy and Mandy.
Yes, I'm just terrible with names and famous people.
I want to know what his first name is. I forget.
But yes, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Richard Horvitz.
Richard Horvitz.
Anyway,
your contribution to the voice acting community is fantastic.
Yeah. So anyway, there was also a major announcement at Comic-Con this year that, as of the recording of this episode, Hazbin Hotel season 2 is finished, completely done, and hopefully we'll have a release early next year in 2025. And then Prime picked it up for seasons 3 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of hope that it ends after season 4.
Me too, because I don't really like it when things go on for like a super long time.
Mm-hmm.
So like something that has, say, 7 seasons, that's really pushing it for me.
Like some of this show, I think at season 2. I mean, not season 2. Season 4 is a good length for a show. It has this nice bubble.
I think it's a
story.
It's a good length for an animated show. As well.
Yeah. So yeah, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this.
Okay.
So we're gonna talk about. We're gonna go way back.
Okay.
Back to when Vivzie was still doodling at the School of Visual Arts in New York City, where she was. Yeah, and so she actually conceived of a gang called the Demonic Oddballs. Not the Demonic. They're called the Misfit Demon Gang.
Okay.
So
there we go.
She made a group of characters called the Misfit Demon Gang to be featured in her webcomic series Zoophobia.
Yeah.
So this became like the groundwork of what would become Hazbin Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
So we fast forward, and she decides to whip up a pilot for an adult comedy show called Hazbin Hotel.
Yep.
So apparently the script took 4 months to write, and animating it took 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So along the way, teasers were dropped and all that kind of stuff, and to garner like a huge fan base.
Yep.
And it also featured a lot of LGBTQ characters.
Mm-hmm. Quite a few.
Yes, like Angel Dust.
Mm-hmm. Angel Dust,
who is
gay.
He's gay. Charlie
Charlie is
bi.
bisexual. Yes.
Vaggie
is
also gay.
Lesbian.
Yes, and Husk is.
I don't know.
He is pansexual.
Husk is pansexual. I didn't know that
He's
part.
pansexual.
I didn't know that.
Alistair is
asexual.
He's asexual.
Yes.
And so yeah, that's what that is. And the pilot episode came out on her YouTube channel in October 2019.
19. I remember that day.
Yeah.
I was very excited when it happened because, I had been one of those people following the trailers and, getting on with the hype. And then when it finally came out, it was very exciting.
Very, very exciting. So, yeah. It
dropped everything. Watched it immediately.
Yeah. So, it ended up racking up 54 million views by early February 2021. And then this got the attention of a very big independent studio known as A24. Mm-hmm. Now, A24 is known as the Disney of independent films. Mm-hmm. Now, A24 is a huge name in Hollywood. They made a bunch of very artistic very artistic
films.
Like, they made X, Midsummer, Hereditary.
Marcel the Shell.
Yeah, The Lighthouse.
I love that one.
Ex Machina, Lady Bird, and also like Moonlight and Uncut Gems and all those stuff. And so I think this is their first foray into TV's show, maybe.
I don't know if they've produced a TV show ever before. But if not, then yes, this would be their first.
This is definitely the first animated one.
Definitely the first animated one.
Yeah. Unless you want to count Marcel with the shell with shoes on.
That's a different kind of animation.
Okay. So, yeah. So, let's go into the concept of the pilot. So, okay. So, the day after Hell's version of spring cleaning, which is the extermination. Right, Clara? So we're getting into the plot of the pilot.
Okay, we're talking about the plot of the pilot now.
Yeah, so this is the day after the extermination, where the nastiest demons get zapped away. Charlie...
The nastiest demons?
Or just random demons.
I'm pretty sure it's just... They just kill at random.
Just random demons. So Charlie, who we all know is the Princess of Hell, who at the time of this pilot was just known as Charlie Magne, right?
Well, first off, I would like to specify that they're not killing demons specifically. They're killing sinners.
Sinner demons?
They're just called sinners.
Okay.
So the sinners are the people who lived on Earth, died, and are now down in hell.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just so many of them. Like, the population is just crazy that the angels come down to exterminate and lessen the population.
Mm-hmm.
You know, every year.
Yeah. And I know there's other things about the concept of the extermination and the various hierarchy that's there now.
So, about Charlie, I believe it's Morningstar.
In the pilot, I thought she was known as Magne at that point.
I don't remember that, unfortunately.
Yeah, I believe she's called Magne in the pilot.
That's interesting. I don't remember. I thought that she was called Morningstar.
In the official show, she's called Morningstar. But in the pilot, she goes by Magne. So there's a day after the extermination, right? Mm-hmm. So she comes up with this wild idea of rehabbing sinners to shrink hell's overcrowded population. So she opens up a hotel, but
it is Magne.
Yeah, see, got it.
Continue.
So instead of aiming for guests to check out after a relaxing stay, she wants them to check out into heaven.
Into heaven.
So while most of hell is busy laughing their fiery butts off of her plan, Charlie's loyal girlfriend, Vaggie, and their first guest, Angel Dust, who is a adult film star and also a spider guy, stand by her side. So hooray. So then out of nowhere, we get introduced to fan favorite Alistair, the all-powerful radio demon.
That's right.
Who has nothing like a radio. He's actually a deer. But isn't only you call him a radio demon?
He's called the radio demon
because he had a radio
because of his radio show.
Because he has a radio show.
Where, he would do unimaginable things to sinners, I assume.
I thought it was overlords. I thought he didn't like them.
Well, overlords too, and sinners. The way you become an overlord is by having many contracts with many different souls. Mm-hmm. So I assume it was a mixed bag. Overlords, normal sinners.
Yeah. We also got his radio here.
We do. We got a very nice replica
of the radio, of Alistair's radio.
Alistair's radio, yes.
Yeah, and we can play stuff out of it.
We can. It is functional.
Yeah. So anyway, Alistair's here. Everybody loves him. Pennies are dropping. Everyone's all like, oh.
Okay.
Everyone's swooning. It's like Niagara Falls out there.
Oh my gosh! Come on.
So he shows up. Now,
a dry seat in the house.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, if you can do it, I can do it.
Charlie is he thinks Charlie is like this dream might have a shot at becoming reality. So, he's like, I'll be an angel investor in your hotel. And then Charlie is like, hooray, and that's where the pilot ends. So, that's awesome. So, thoughts? What do we think about the pilot episode?
Well, when it came out, I thought that the pilot episode was amazing.
Yeah. Have you seen like the compare and contrast between the pilot and the official series?
No, I haven't.
Show? I know in the pilot, Alistair doesn't have his mic staff, and he actually
does.
I thought he doesn't.
He has a staff
in the pilot.
In the pilot, yeah.
Let me see. Hazbin Hotel pilot, and he also frowns in that.
No,
in the episode.
Doesn't.
I think it was in between frames.
In between frames, maybe he might have, but that doesn't really count. Those are just in betweens.
Okay, but in the official one, even the in betweens, he's like grinning it up. Art comparison.
Maybe the staff looks different, but I thought for certain he had his staff. Maybe I'm thinking it differently.
Yeah. So here he is in the pilot. He doesn't have a staff on him though.
Oh, Are you sure it's not just behind his back?
Yeah, because in the official show, he's actually holding. You can see it clearly that it's showing that he's holding the staff.
It has been a while since I've actually seen the pilot.
Yeah. So yeah, that like it's all really different. Check out this comparison between the pilot and the official show.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean that's what we got going for us. So yeah, so that's the pilot. So you said the pilot was pretty good?
I loved the pilot. I loved the music. I loved the animation. Yeah.
Yeah. So they were. I know
great.
they were singing. So
Yes.
what was your favorite song in the pilot?
I would say that my favorite song was probably the one that she sings in the TV station. I don't remember what it's called.
There are three
There are
songs
three. Yes.
in the
There's
pilot.
the opening song.
There's I'm Always Chasing Rainbows.
I'm Always Chasing Rainbows. There's the one that she sings
Which is
on TV.
Yeah, which is a cover of a popular vaudeville song by Harry Carroll, and it was also featured in like some French adaptation. And then there's Inside of Every Demon There Is a Rainbow.
That's it. Inside of Every Demon, there's a rainbow.
And then there's Alistair's Reprise.
And then Alistair's Reprise. Yes.
Yes. So, yeah. So, oh yeah. Also, this is a musical.
Yes.
So we're gonna get a lot of cool songs. Oh yeah. So let's fast forward. A24 picks it up. Amazon Prime is like, give me some of that sweet Hazbin hotel juice. Right, Clara? Right, Clara?
Absolutely.
Amazon Prime's like, give me that.
Amazon Prime is like, let's get this.
Let's get this. 8 episodes.
8 episodes.
Not more, no less.
Is a very weird amount. Like normally it's like 12 episodes, 24 episodes.
They don't do 24 episodes anymore. Maybe back in like 20 years ago, yeah, like for network television, but they don't do that anymore. Now it's like 12 episodes or maybe 8. So let's go into the plot line. So now we're talking about what was the season 1 premiere, Overture.
Okay.
So Overture, which is directed and written by Vivzi herself.
Yes.
So this takes place 1 week after the pilot. So now Charlie, who now goes by Morningstar now
Charlie Morningstar.
Who's now
with
played
her new
by
updated look.
with a new updated look and her new voice.
Yes.
Played by Erica Henningsen, who played her in the pilot. I don't know.
So I would like to say that a big reason why there was a lot of changes in voice actors is because the voice actors used in the pilot are non-union.
Mm-hmm.
So Vivzi made that switch to, I'm sure that she would have loved to have continued to work with those voice actors, but
So the Charlie voice actor is Jill Harris and also Elsie Lovelock, who I think it's like one's the talking voice and one's the singing voice.
I believe so.
So yeah, now she comes out, she spills the bean about her. She basically goes into this recounting about the biblical story of Adam and Eve. Right, Clara?
Yes.
The biblical story of Adam and Eve mixed with that whole Christian mythology thing with Lilith, where Lucifer gets all head over heels with Lilith, who, according to Christian mythology, was the original first woman who was made out of clay, the same as Adam, and before Eve came in.
Yes.
So, I believe in the original source material in the Christian mythos is that Lilith didn't want to listen to Adam, so Adam went to God and told him that Lilith is not listening to him, and then God sends Raphael, who is the archangel, and he's all like, "Hey, we need you to listen to him," and then Lilith's like, "No, I don't want to do that," and then Raphael's like, "Okay, fine, away with you then," and then that's when God came in, took the rib out of Adam and made Eve. And then that's when Lucifer is all like, "Hey, why don't you come with me?
Hey,
and,
let me slide on in there."
Yeah, and some people think that Lilith was the serpent in the garden, but
that's
up to debate. But in this version,
in Vivzi's version that Charlie is recounting, Lilith. Lucifer straight up fell in love with Lilith before she did anything. So he fell in love with Lilith, and then they got together and they gifted free will to Eve. Oops. And then this move accidentally created hell. So now hell was created because of this. So, because of this, heaven promptly banished Lucifer and Lilith to hell. Right, Clara? So, in this bit, there are some people who theorize that we see the 7 archangels during this segment. Right, Clara? Yes. They show up in that sort of like...
We don't really...
Paper cutout style.
Yeah, paper cutout style, but people theorize that
people
is
are
them.
Theorizing that it's them.
That it's the 7 archangels.
Yes. Which, I mean, good theory.
Right.
Strong theory.
So because of the whole apple thing, they send Lucifer and Lilith to hell because the apple thing created hell somehow.
Because, the whole thing with the apple is that now sin is introduced into the world.
Okay. And so now to keep the sinners and the imps and all that kind of stuff,
yes,
and everything from like rebelling against heaven, they were like, we need to create an annual extermination
because there's so many of them.
Because there's so many of them, and as everyone's still like basically that basically becomes a whole thing.
Yeah.
Now, Charlie. Now we're back to the present. Charlie's there.
Yes.
Charlie's back. She casually drops that she and her mom hasn't chatted in like 7 years.
Which is really interesting because in the pilot on YouTube, she actually calls her mom and leaves her a voicemail about what's going on. So if she's been doing that for 7 years, that's crazy.
I guess.
Just every now and then just calling her up being like, "Hey mom, you must still be busy."
Yeah. Don't we see like a framed photo, like a family photo of her, Lilith, and Lucifer together?
Yes.
So yeah. And just when things couldn't get weirder, Charlie gets a call from her dear old dad, Lucifer himself, asking her to fill in for him for the annual meeting with heaven. Now, she heads over to the heaven embassy and she sings Happy Day in Hell. What a musical number.
Really great.
And then she pitches...
Good opening.
Yeah. And then she pitches her big idea to the one and only Adam from the Bible. Isn't that great?
I love Adam from the Bible.
Yeah. But he's not your granddaddy's Adam.
He's not.
He says the F word.
He says bad words.
He says bad words.
And talks about sleeping with women.
He talks about sleeping with women. He's very unfaithful to Eve.
Very unfaithful to Eve.
Which
we never see.
We never see, except for that one bit.
Except for that one bit in the beginning.
Oh, snap. So, yeah. But he's played by Alex Brightman.
That's right.
And he's super cool.
Of Beetlejuice
fame. He did not appear in the pilot, so he doesn't have a pilot name.
No.
He doesn't have not a pilot name. He doesn't have a pilot voice actor. So he's there, and he starts singing, and then he's like...
Hell is the river. Oh.
He's like the angelic leader, and he's also Lilith's ex. So,
yes.
Yeah, and he's there with his sidekick, Lute. who's played by Jessica Vosk. And...
They're there to discuss...
the extermination. But Charlie, nah, she has other plans.
She's trying to pitch her hotel idea
to them for some reason. I don't know why they're doing that.
To get heaven on her side in terms of support.
Why do they need their support?
Why would she need their support? So they can stop exterminating.
Yeah, but
she can focus on, her thing.
It's kind of bold of her. I think it's just poor planning.
Well, the thing about Charlie is that she is a bit naive, and she is a bit, a dreamer.
Yeah, but she came in with Adam and be like, hey, can you do this? I have zero data, and I have zero evidence, and I have zero experiments to support my thing.
Yeah.
Support my theory.
Well, she's optimistic.
Yeah, but, I mean, come on. You can't just come in, tell her to, stop a millennia-long tradition off of optimism.
Tell that to an optimist.
Okay. And then, but Adam, he's there, and he's like, let's sing a song.
He's like,
let's sing a song.
We're gonna sing a super cool song
called "Hell Is Forever."
Hell is Forever. Whether
and
you
he
like
busts
it or
out
not.
that guitar, and
Guitar,
he's shredding. And he's shredding because
and
he's
then
cool.
he breaks it to her. We're actually moving up the next extermination. We'll be back in 3 months.
6 months.
Oh, 6 months.
6 months instead of a year.
Every 6 months.
Yeah, so so she goes back to the hotel. She sees she meets with Vaggie, who's now played by Stephanie Beatrice, who I've seen in I've seen her perform in Doom Patrol, and she's really good. And then also we have Alistair, played by Amir Talai, coming in, who is basically her business savvy demon buddy, and they're busy rallying the staff to make a commercial for the hotel, right? And just as they're about to wrap it up, Newsflash interrupts, announcing the bumped up extermination date. Now we got Angel Dust, who is now played by Blake Roman, and who is replacing Michael Korvach. So the hotel's only patron, and he's there wondering why the rush. Cut to loot, showing Adam the remains of an exterminator who was like an angel exterminator, killed in hell the previous week. Now their plan, go full extermination 2.0 and wipe out every sinner in hell.
That's right.
And so, yeah, that's their plan. So they killed an angel.
That's right.
I don't know why. Yeah, I didn't even know angels could get killed. I think that's what their thought process was.
The thought process was that they had no idea that an angel could even be hurt.
Actually, don't even know if anybody could get... Well, actually, they do, because they exterminate the sinners.
Yes.
But, because they're supposed to be, divine beings and stuff. So what do you think about the first episode, the overture?
I thought it was a strong start.
Really?
Yeah.
So, what do you think about their use of, Adam from the Bible? Why do they made him, such a bad guy? Well, I guess because we need a villain.
Yeah. Well... I mean, first off, the story, Vivzie isn't, pulling, word for word what has happened in the Bible is in the story now. Mm-hmm. Her version of things are quite different. She's not following the actual Bible. Mm-hmm. She's just taking ideas from it and then using them for the purposes of her story. Mm-hmm. I think I saw a theory on it that about how Adam actually encompasses all of the 7 deadly sins.
Okay.
Which I think makes sense because, that's what man is, right? Man is envyful, prideful, lustful, gluttonous, all of those different things. And I think it's slothful, yes.
Slothful.
I think it's meant to show how, somebody could be all of those things and still be in heaven somehow. Mm-hmm. And that's important for the purposes of the show.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. And did they ever explain why? Because they don't know why souls go to heaven.
No, nobody knows how a soul can get into heaven, not even the angels.
Right. That we're kind of like skipping ahead a little bit.
Yes, we're skipping ahead.
So let's talk about the whole thing with Vivzi's studio, Spindlehorse, and they teamed up with Bento Box.
Yep.
So they teamed up, bringing this great animation to life. They dropped the teaser for the episode Overture on December 21st, 2021. So 3 years before the actual show came out. So they gave a sneak peek of the tune Happy Day in Hell on October 14th, 2023. And then when the episode finally aired on January 29th, 2024, Erica Henningsen, who plays Charlie, was so hyped she could barely contain herself, and she gussed about the song, saying, this is a quote, "That song was an absolute blast. As soon as I heard it, I thought, oh, I totally get this character now. Now, our genius composer and lyricist duo, Sam Haft and Andrew Underberg, completely crushed it. They nailed Charlie's vibe while keeping her true to herself, even when she's belting out a tune. The first time I sang it in the recording booth, I felt like I was on fire in the recording booth." Oh, well, I said that already. "And with excitement and joy," is what she said. "Fingers crossed that the audience feels a smudge of that." Now, the season's music switches genres like a chameleon depending on which character is singing,
Yep.
and these guys are basically musical wizards. So shout outs to the musical team, Sam Haft and Andrew Underberg. So the episode made waves, being the biggest global debut for a new animated series on Amazon Prime. Released alongside Radio Killed the Video Star, which is the next episode. They even gave YouTube fans a little treat by dropping the episode a day early for a
That's right.
limited time.
They did.
And to top it off, they released a sing-along version of the second song, Hell is Forever, on January 20th, 2024.
Yes.
So anyone can join in the fun, so that's great. I also bought the vinyl of Season 1 soundtrack of Hazbin Hotel. It was a pre-order, so I got to wait until 17 for the actual shipping. So I think the songs is going to sound great on vinyl.
Sound amazing on vinyl, yes.
Yes.
I love a lot of the music that they did. I think they did do a great job. And it really shows off that sort of, love of Broadway that Vivzi has.
Is that like mostly... It's mostly rock, because I know Adam is more of a rock
Adam
person.
is very more rock. I would say that Angel has more of like a pop vibe. And for the most part, a lot of it is very sort of Broadway. So Charlie is very like Disney style, with that sort of like princess-like, song. And then, it's hard to describe, but I would say that it is correct that there's a big mix of genres. But for the most part, it all goes fairly well together. There are a couple of songs where I'm like, seems a bit weird that we've shifted into this sort of style, but it's all very good.
Yes. So let's go into the reviews here. So the Geeky Waffle praised Overture as, and I quote, "a stunning opening act for Hazbin Hotel, highlighting the delightfully unlikable characters of Adam and Lute, and calling Brandon Rogers' casting as Katie Killjoy as the best decision since sliced bread." Now, Brandon Rogers also plays Blitz in Helluva Boss.
Yes.
And so they also applauded Sam Haft and Andrew Underberg's songwriting, describing it as jaw-dropping. Now, on the flip side, that shelf took a swipe at Madrano's lack of professional chops in directing, likening to the episode to Tumblr fan fiction with way too much backstory crammed in and not enough basic character introductions.
And this is about the first episode.
Yes. So that shelf didn't really like it. Now, meanwhile, MovieWeb gave a thumbs up to her writing, labeling it as definitely not for the Bible-thumping crowd, but deliciously weird. And I agree.
I very much enjoy Vivzi's writing. There are a couple of things that I'm like, pacing-wise, where I could understand why some would be like, there's just way too much. and there's not enough time to show it all. But I think that it's a bit too harsh to say that it's like, oh, Tumblr fangirl fiction style. I don't think it's that at all.
Yeah, I think that was a bit of a low blow there
Yeah.
at that shelf. Review Geek find the episode crude, hilarious, and brimming with creativity.
Yes.
Though they felt it lacked heart, the heart of the pilot, and Hell of a Boss. They thought it had less heart than Hell of a Boss. Now, they still love the music, calling it a treat, so that's good. Now, Medium chimed in dubbing the episode a solid, fun, and efficient with light, breezy writing and fantastic comedy and character work. So, yeah, they praised the cast's vocal performance, wrapped up their review by calling the premiere an entertaining, well-constructed first episode that keeps the viewers hooked with some stellar musical numbers. What were you going to say?
What?
Were you going to say something?
Was I going to say something?
Yeah.
I don't remember anymore.
Okay.
I would say that it does sound like there's a lot more positive reviews than there are negative, which is good.
Yes, I would agree. So, Sariangelo complimented the mesmerizing arrogance of Adam and Lute, whose song perfectly captures their characters and the show's setting.
Yes, it very much shows that sort of difference between Heaven being like, oh, we are so much better than you because, you know, we're the winners, as they're called.
They're definitely, yeah.
That, you know,
Heaven,
that's sort of high and mighty.
Heaven is definitely viewed as like an elitist
Yes.
group of like snobbery.
Which makes sense from the perspective of a sinner.
Right. So
Or somebody from hell.
Yeah, so as for the music, Screen Riot had mixed feelings.
Okay.
So they found Happy Day in Hell a bit too cheerful, but short, and it was also too short. But praised Hell is Forever as a villain anthem that fits the show like a glove, ranking it as the third best song in the series. So, that's great. I like how they call it the third best song, even though there was only 3 songs.
In the series?
In the series, because at this
There's
point,
way more than 3 songs in the series.
but this came out in the episode because they're only reviewing the episode, the first episode, and so there's only 3 songs so far. Was there only 3 songs, or was there more?
In the episode?
Or was there only 2?
There's only 2
There's
in
only
an episode.
2. Why did they call it the third best song? Maybe it's a respective thing. I don't know.
I don't know. Are you sure they're not? In terms of that, they might be considering the whole series.
Yeah, I think so too. So yeah, let's move on. Radio Killed the Video Star, directed by Vivzy and written by Adam Nealon and also Vivzy.
Yes.
So Radio Killed the Video Star. We finally meet the trio of 3 powerful overlords known as the V's. The V's.
Velvet, Vox, and Valentino.
Now, Valentino, Moth Guy. People love him for some reason. I see a lot of stuff
Probably
online.
just really like his design.
Right. Velvet, Harley Quinn lady.
Velvet, sure, we can call her that.
Vox, TV man.
She's got the drill hair.
Yes. And Vox.
TV man.
Yes. He's a TV guy. And we hear the V's hear that Alistair is back after a 7-year hiatus. Right, Clara? So he's back after a 7-year hiatus. Alistair is.
Yes, Alistair is back from a 7-year hiatus.
Why was he gone?
We don't know. He never talks about it.
I think they're going to show it in season 2.
I would hope so.
Because I think Vivzy says that the main focus of season 2 is going to be Alistair's background.
Yes.
So, Vox tries to send a quote-unquote friendly warning to him, but surprise, surprise, Alistair flips the script and sends his own warning right back to Vox. So, no one wants to back down, and the V's plot to sabotage the Hazbin Hotel from behind. Now Vox recruits the sneaky demon. You love him. You know him. He's the best character in the entire show. It is Sir Pentious. Yay!
Okay. I don't know about the best character.
He's the best character.
He is really good. He's a good character.
The snake guy, mainly because I like snakes.
Yeah.
But he is the Snake Man.
Snake Man. Inventor.
Now, to spy on the hotel by pretending to be a guest.
Yes.
Now, as Sir Pentious is settling into his undercover role, Angel Dust, the hotel's resident and well-known porn star, as we know, feels bummed out because Charlie doesn't believe he can truly change his ways.
Well, the thing is that he is a bit upset because, you know, Charlie is giving a lot of attention to Serpentius because Serpentius is being very, like, you know, yes, I will become a good person. Ah. But we all know that that's fake.
Yeah.
So, and Charlie does hit him a bit hard with that line of, like, it's just nice to see somebody enthusiastic.
Oh,
for a change
snap. You got served, Angel. Get out of here. So, yeah, so while, plot twist, Angel discovers Serpentius' secret mission and shows the evidence to Charlie and Vaggie.
Which was really fast.
Yeah, that was really quick.
Because Serpentius sucks at being sneaky.
Yeah, I guess. You think a snake would be better at being snaky?
You think.
So, now, while Angel Dust and Vaggie are all for kicking Serpentius' snaky butt to the curb,
Yep.
Charlie, ever forgiving soul, decides to give him a second chance. Because it starts with shall we, right, Clara?
Yes. It starts with sorry. Ding ding.
Okay. She decides to give him a second chance after catching Vox berating him for his failure. Now, touched by her kindness, Serpentius apologizes for his sneaky behavior and decides to become a genuine guest at the hotel, ready to turn over a new leaf. So, yeah, what do you think about that one?
I thought that the second episode was good. I liked it. It's not like a standout episode for me.
But we were introduced to like a bunch of like major characters
We
for
are.
the first time.
That's true. It's just not one of the ones that I'm like. I like the first half. I really like the song between Vox and Alistair. Plus, you know, Vox's voice actor is somebody that I really like from Broadway. I always forget his name. Chris Boyle.
Hansen. Chris
No.
Hansen. He's there to catch the pedophiles.
No.
Oh.
Christian Borle or something. Please tell me it's Christian Borle.
Yeah, it's Christian Borle.
Yes, okay.
It's Christian Borle.
Good.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And
moving
obviously
on.
Serpentius is also played by Alex Brightman.
Right.
So, you know, another person from Broadway that I like. But I've known Christian Borle for longer. So.
Okay. So let's move on to Scrambled Eggs.
Scrambled Eggs.
Directed by Vivsy and written by Ariel Landinson.
Mm-hmm.
So, to help Serpentius improve his character, Vaggie insists he ditch his egg minions, thinking they're a bad influence. Now, since she actually asks Alistair to handle the egg eviction, but before he can, he bumps into ancient overlord Zestial, who I think is also a spider guy, but like a different kind of spider guy.
A different kind of Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. So, he asks Alistair to handle the... wait, we already said that. So, Zestial invites him to a big overlord powwow in hell. During the meeting, Velvet dramatically reveals the severed head of a dead angel, suggesting they start a war with heaven. Now, Zestial, who is the voice of reason, shoots down the idea, pointing out that a war could just lead to more dead demons. Velvet, not one to take no for an answer, throws some shade at Zestial, but gets booted out by Overlord Carmilla Carmine, who runs Hell's Armory. Right, Clara? Is it right?
Say that again?
Okay, so Velvet gets booted out by Carmilla Carmine, right?
Yes.
Of the meeting, of the Overlord meeting.
Twisted. I'm not the one who needs a new attitude.
is that your impression of Velvet?
Yeah, that's my impression of Velvet.
Carmilla then drops a bombshell, Clara, and she off the exterminator to protect her daughters. Unbeknownst to her, one of Serpentius' egg minions overhears the whole thing and scurries back to inform Alistair. Meanwhile, back at the hotel, Charlie puts Vaggie in charge of trust exercises to build some camaraderie among the guests. Vaggie, worried they won't be ready for the next extermination, pushes everyone to their limits with intense activities. However, Charlie gently points out that Vaggie might be pushing too hard, and they have a heart-to-heart and realizes that the guests actually bonded through the challenges. In the end, Charlie and Vaggie decide to let Serpentius keep his quirky egg minions, thinking that they might help him to his path to redemption or something. So yeah, so that's pretty much what's going on in this episode. They're kind of really rushing it.
Yes.
They're like,
well, it's a lot to get through in 8 episodes.
Yeah.
We have to be able to, get those inciting incidents.
yeah. So now we know that the person who killed the angel was
Carmilla.
Carmilla. We get introduced to Zestial.
We see Carmilla's children.
And that's it.
That's it.
That's pretty much all that happened.
We learn just a little bit more about the V's.
A bit, yeah.
Just a little bit.
So yeah, let's move on. We're barreling through because the show is. So okay, Masquerade, directed by Vivian Madrano, written by Adam Nylon and Vizzy.
Masquerade.
So yeah, this is, I think, is considered to be the most explicit episode of the show.
Yes.
Now Angel heads out.
It's a tough one. It's
a
tough one to watch.
Heads out from the hotel to shoot a new porn film for his boss, Valentino, the moth guy. Now, things get rough when Charlie shows up trying to convince Angel Dust to come back to the hotel. Now, Valentino, being the absolute jerk he is, beats Angel up, reminding him that he owns his soul and forces him to send Charlie away. So, Clara is like, have you forgotten this one teensy itty bitty, but ever so crucial detail? I own you! Remember that?
Where's that from again?
It's from Hercules.
Right. Hades.
Yeah, but he's not in the show though.
No.
So yeah. Got an email. Thank you. So Angel Dust is stuck in this grim reality, and he continues filming while constantly being assaulted by Valentino and his crew. This is not a healthy work environment, I have to tell you.
No.
This is not a healthy work environment, even for the porn industry. It is absolutely. I'm pretty sure there is not a bedroom supervisor there. There is no intimacy coordinator at all, right, Clara?
Wait, what?
I said there's no intimacy coordinator. There's no bedroom supervisor. There's no safeguard.
Oh, okay. Yes. No. There's none of that because why would there be? It's hell.
Yeah. So yeah. After a nightmare of a shoot, Angel Dust returns to his hotel, ends up in a heated argument with Husk, and the hotel's grumpy bartender, who has served so little purpose that we are now just mentioning in episode 4. Right, Clara?
Yes.
Husk, the cat guy, who called him a fake earlier, frustrated and feeling betrayed, Angel Dust storms off to a bar. Charlie, worried, sends Husk after him. At the bar, Husk saves Angel Dust from being drugged by one of Valentino's goons, but instead of being grateful, Angel Dust lashes out. He confesses that he lets Valentino abuse him because he believes that once he's completely broken, Valentino will finally leave him alone. Mm-hmm. Perfect logic. So, Husk...
Well, that's sometimes how people in abusive relationships think.
Yeah. Now, I don't know why people thirst over Valentino for some reason. He's massively abusive.
Some people are really just, I don't know, they like that kind of thing, which is terrible and really bad, and you should treat yourself better. Yeah,
you should treat yourself better. Don't chip with this guy. This guy's very abusive. So, Husk, moved by Angel Dust's situation, shares his own backstory. Now, he reveals that he was once an overlord with a crippling gambling addiction. Now, desperate to maintain his power, he made a deal with Alistair, which landed him in a trap similar to Angel Dust, I guess. So, this unexpected bonding moment sheds light on their struggles, right? So, back at the hotel, Angel Dust is feeling a rare moment of gratitude. Thanks Charlie for caring about him, and his heartfelt gesture leaves Charlie teary-eyed as she realizes that despite everything, Angel Dust still has some fight left in him. Mm-hmm. So that's great. Isn't that great? So now we know the whole thing with Husk and Alistair and their whole thing. right?
Husk and Alistair, yeah.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
that he's like in like servitude.
He's
to
in
him.
servitude to Alistair.
Yeah.
He used to be an overlord.
He used to be an overlord, and he just told that to Angel.
Baby.
Yeah, we finally get to hear the very well fan favorite song "Loser Baby"
Loser
and
Baby.
"Poison,"
And Poison, yes.
which everybody loves. So now we're moving on to Deadbeat Dad, or is it Dadbeat Dad? Written by Vivian Madrano and Rachel Kaplan. So let's get off. Let's get started. Woohoo! Oh yeah, baby. So Charlie pulls an all-nighter, brainstorming every possible way to reconnect with Heaven. Desperate and out of ideas, she finally calls in the big guns, her dad, Lucifer. Now he pops out of the hotel, unimpressed, and immediately butting heads with Alistair.
That's right.
Now, just as tensions are heating up, Alistair's old friend Mimsy makes an unexpected entrance.
Mm-hmm.
Now, wanting to have a chat with him, Husk, always the skeptic, warns everyone that Mimsy only shows up when she is in trouble. Alistair brushes off Husk's concern, but things get tense when Husk hints that Alistair might owe a debt to someone. Alistair, not one to take kindly to being called out, loses his cool and threatens Husk, telling him to back off or face the consequences. But he's smiling while he does it. Right, Clara? Right, Clara?
Yes. Well, he's always smiling.
Yeah. So, Husk's instincts prove spot on when a gang of loan shark demons storm the hotel, gunning for Mimsy. They're looking to collect on some debts, but it's not pretty. Alistair, in true Radio Demon fashion, unleashes his powers and wipes out the loan sharks, then gives Mimsy the boot to avoid further chaos and destruction on the hotel. So, there's that. After the dust settles, Lucifer drops a bombshell. He thinks Charlie's plan to rehabilitate sinners is a pipe dream, because according to him, sinners are inherently evil and heaven won't give them the time of day. Mm-hmm. Which kind of got some points. This hits Charlie hard, but after some heart-to-heart, they patch things up, and in the end, Lucifer agrees to arrange another meeting with Heaven, leaving a glimmer of hope of Charlie's mission. Mm-hmm. So,
I'm thankful for you're my dad more than anything.
She sounds like Kermit the Frog singing it.
More than anything.
More than it's not easy being a demon. Oh.
Yes.
Some say the finer things. We are in hell. The lovers, the sinners, and me. So yeah, also they really like also so Charlie and Lucifer are now buddies again somehow very quickly.
Very quickly. That's a thing that does happen quite often in Vivzi's show, in that there is this sort of like divide between people. However, they get over it very quickly. Yeah. Which, I mean, is not necessarily bad, because sometimes, you know, that does happen, in that, you know, you get a misunderstanding cleared up and everything's fine.
Yeah, but I don't think this is a misunderstanding, though. It's more of like, I don't think your dream is good, and then she's like, oh, I'm sad. And
well,
like,
there was already a very big divide between them before even this, right? So Lucifer wasn't being very much of a dad, let's be honest. Mm-hmm. And you can tell by the way that Charlie acts around him, and they both seem unfamiliar with each other. Mm-hmm. But I think that you could say that the quickness in which they sort of get over that is a testament to how their love for each other is stronger than that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which, I mean, I don't really think so. I think it's just an issue with writing.
Yeah, I don't think how that translates to a story.
I think it's just issue with pacing, mm-hmm. which is, you know, a thing.
So now we're going on to the next one. Welcome to Heaven. Mm-hmm. Charlie and Vaggie make the grand entrance in Heaven for a crucial trial to decide if souls in hell can actually be redeemed. Things take a twist when Adam and Lute confront Vaggie, revealing her past life as an exterminator angel. Turns out, she was stripped of her wings and left eye by Lute after she spared a defenseless sinner child. Why is there a child in hell? don't worry about it. Don't ask so many questions. Right, Clara?
Absolutely.
So yeah, now Adam threatens to spill the beans to Charlie unless Vaggie sabotages this trial. So the trial kicks off by monitoring Angel Dust's actions as he and Cherry Bomb, who was another character, in another hotel, and other hotel residents hit up the nightclub when Valentino tries to mess with the hotel maid Nifty, who I'm now just mentioning in episode 6.
That's right.
So Angel Dust steps up, declaring that while Valentino might control him in the studio, he's his own man everywhere else, which is such a huge 180. This guy was scared of him like a minute ago, and now he has a backbone all of a sudden.
Because he's protecting his friends.
Even then, I mean...
So that's why...
Even then, like... Come on.
There's only so much you can put in an 8-episode series, Nathaniel.
Mm-hmm. So, Angel Dust's character arc is done very quickly.
We only have 8 episodes!
He did a major 180.
We only have 8 episodes! Well, no, he does own him, but in the studio.
In the studio.
Not outside of the studio.
Yeah, I didn't think of that one, did you?
And he has his friends around him, so he's more confident.
Okay. I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, yeah, I was talking about the trial. So Charlie puts this that argues that it shows that Angel Dust is redeemable.
That's right,
because
yes. He follows the list that Adam just wrote up randomly. He stuck it to the man being Valentino. What else was on the list?
What a stupid list.
I know, because they don't know what gets a soul into heaven.
Yeah, because like stick it to the man. What does that mean?
That just goes to show that they don't even know.
Yeah, I know. I guess it's clear that he was just making stuff up.
He just made something up.
Yeah.
And it just so happened that Angel Dust in that moment crossed everything off the list, stuck it to the man. What else was it? Stood up for his friend or something.
Yeah. And
then there was one more other thing. I don't know.
Have a very quick 180 mindset.
No. I'm gonna look up the list. Keep going.
Okay, so we find out that the angels are actually clueless about how souls actually get to heaven. So Adam then drops the bombshell that Vaggie's has an exterminator past, leaving Charlie shocked and heartbroken. Now the court concludes that there's no solid proof a sinner can be redeemed, which is fair.
True.
Just fair, because there is no solid proof. Adam sends Charlie and Vaggie packing back to hell, but not before issuing a chilling warning. During the next extermination in a month, because I guess 5 months has passed, he's coming for the hotel first. Oh, no.
That's right. Okay. So the list was: act selfless, don't steal, stick it to the man.
That last one was so made up.
Yeah.
And, don't steal, and I think that's it.
Stick it to the man.
Be selfless, don't steal. I think that's a commandment, I think. Should I say don't kill? Nah, it's fine. I guess you can kill maybe. Because I do it all the time.
Yeah.
So I guess it's fine. Coveting's fine, I think.
And I would like to say that in the episode we also learned that nobody else except for Sarah, Adam, and the exterminator angels know about the extermination.
Oh yeah, I haven't even mentioned Sarah and Emily, the Seraphim.
Yes.
Ladies. Okay.
The Seraphim.
Yeah. So yeah, just know that those characters exist, but they have no bearing on the plot. That's why I don't mention them. So.
They were a little important in the episode, I'd say.
Kind of, yeah. Well, I kind of just said the entire episode without mentioning them.
And I just mentioned them because it's important.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, it was a big secret. Nobody in heaven is supposed to know?
Nobody in heaven was supposed to know. But Adam revealed it in the song, and that's why everybody was like, "What? Huh?" And that's why Emily did that sort of, whole music thing.
Yeah, if hell is forever.
Did the duet, did the reprise of Hell is Forever.
Mm-hmm.
If hell is forever, then heaven must be a lie.
Ah! So then Charlie and Vaggie get the boot from heaven, and Vaggie comes to clean up the group, revealing her past as an angel. Isn't that great?
Mm-hmm.
So, sensing an opportunity... Well, I guess everyone is cool with it. So, sensing an opportunity, Alistair steps in, manipulating Charlie in her vulnerable state.
Yep.
Like a good father figure was.
That's exactly what he was waiting for.
So he convinces her to make a deal. In exchange for a favor he'll call in later, he'll share a secret weapon. How to kill the exterminators.
Always a terrible idea.
And he reveals that Carmilla Carmine has the knowledge they need. Remember that from a couple episodes ago? So Charlie, determined to protect the hotel, sends Vaggie and Carmilla to persuade her to help.
Sends Vaggie to Carmilla.
Oh, sends Vaggie to Carmilla
to persuade
her to help. Meanwhile, she and Alistair head to Cannibal Town.
Hooray!
Oh, yeah, where they meet Rosie, the overlord in charge. Now, after some convincing, Rosie and her cannibal crew agree to join forces against the Angels. Rosie also gives Charlie the boot of confidence, suggesting that Vaggie is finding redemption through her work at the hotel. So that's good, I guess. Now, over at Carmilla's place, Vaggie gets a crash course in angel slaying. Carmilla reveals that she took down an exterminator using an angelic weapons, scavenged from past exterminations. To everyone's surprise, Vaggie regains her wings somehow, and Carmilla agrees to supply the hotel with these powerful weapons. Isn't that great?
Absolutely.
That Vaggie got her wings somehow.
That's right. Through the power of being in love.
With the power of love.
Return.
I guess
Through
that's
the power of realizing that
you can freaking mass murder your whole kind.
That she can bring her wings back. Poof, they're back.
Yeah, they're back. That's what I call good storytelling.
Absolutely.
So, Vaggie and Charlie...
Vengeance, Vaggie, your overlord. Sorry.
So, Vaggie and Charlie return to the hotel, finally reconciling with each other.
That's right.
But as they walk in, they're met with a surprising sight. The hotel residents are busy fortifying the place, gearing up for an all-out battle with the angels. Now, the stage is set for an epic showdown, and it looks like everyone is ready to fight for their home and their chance of redemption. Isn't that great? Now, the show must go on. Episode 8, the final episode, directed by Vivzie and written by Adam Stein. Oh gosh. So yeah, this is the season finale. We did it. We crammed the entire season in 20 minutes. So okay.
Take a break.
Okay.
Take a breather.
So the hotel's residents work tirelessly to turn the place into a fortress.
That's right.
Preparing for the inevitable clash. When Extermination Day arrives, all hell breaks loose. Literally. So a fierce battle erupts between the angels and the sinners, with Alistair and Adam duking it out.
And Alistair traps them in there so that they are unable to go to the rest of hell.
Right. Why didn't you do that before? I don't know.
Because it wasn't important before.
Because he didn't want to do that for the other exterminations.
No, he didn't care.
I guess he didn't care. So, Adam manages to seriously wound Alistair, forcing him to make a hasty retreat.
Have to retreat.
Yeah, not so tough now, huh? In the chaos, Sir Pentious makes a dramatic confession of love to Cherry Bomb. What?
Would you like to have the sex with me?
Is that what he says?
That's in the
I know he says it in the other episode.
That's in the previous episode.
So, but ultimately, he makes a heroic, but ultimately unsuccessful sacrifice to take down Adam.
That's right. Adam kills him in one blast.
Right. So Charlie, enraged by Sir Pentious' death, goes freaking Super Saiyan on him.
That's right.
She
unleashes her full demon form.
Demon form, Super Saiyan 3
form.
Maybe
not her full demon form, but she unleashes her demon form.
She goes Super Saiyan Omega Kai Chakra Blast, and she goes like sicko mode on Adam.
That's right.
So, meanwhile, Vaggie is locked in a brutal fight with Loot. Vaggie manages to pin Loot under some rubble, but chooses to spare her.
And one of the two little helper creatures that...
You mean Razzle and Dazzle?
Yeah, Razzle and Dazzle. I believe Razzle dies.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
R.I.P.
F's in the chat for Razzle.
F's in the chat for Razzle.
For Razzle. Just when things look bleak... Oh, wait, no. So, forgot. She pins her Loot under rubble. And then, so, Loot straight up tears her own arm off. And then continues to fight. Just when things look bleak, Lucifer arrives to back up Charlie. Deus Ex Machina up in here. Right, Clara? I said right, Clara?
Mm-hmm.
So, together they overpower... So she teams up with Charlie. And together they overpower Adam. But not before Adam destroys the hotel. And a shocking twist... It's Nifty who delivers the final blow, killing Adam. Yay! Isn't that great? With their leader gone, Loot and the other angels retreat. So in the aftermath, Charlie and her friends, with some help from Lucifer, start rebuilding the hotel, making it grander than ever. Meanwhile, the V's are busy plotting their next move to take over Hell. So I guess they're setting up that plot line for season 2.
Yes.
Alistair, nursing his wounds, is still scheming for his own freedom and control over Hell. So he reunites with Charlie and the gang, subtly planning his next steps.
Yes, and in the song we also get a hint that perhaps Alistair is not in full control of himself.
Oh no. So, in a surprising twist, Sir Pentious reappears in heaven as a winner. Don't you feel like a winner?
Yes.
So he's up there. He's a winner now. Winner, eating that chicken dinner. Isn't that delicious, Mr. Pentious? How was that chicken dinner?
Stop it.
Because he's a winner chicken dinner?
No, stop it. But yes, Sarah and Emily are very surprised to see when Sir Pentious appears right before them as a winner, now allowed into Hell, which proves...
You mean into heaven?
Heaven, that's what I meant to say, yes. Which proves that Charlie's idea has weight to it.
Yeah.
And that it is possible for a soul to be redeemed and sent to heaven.
Yeah, after they died.
After they've died.
Mm-hmm. So, Lute, who is now the head of exterminations, confronts Lilith in heaven, and she delivers an ultimatum. If Lilith wants to stay in heaven, she must return to Hell and shut down Charlie's hotel for good. The stakes are higher than ever, and we will see you again in season 2, baby. Right, Clara?
That's right.
So that's season 1 of Hazbin Hotel.
A little synopsis for you all.
Yeah. Those are like the Cliff Notes version.
Definitely Cliff Notes. There's definitely a lot that was left out as well, for the sake of time. But definitely recommend going out and seeing the episodes for yourselves and seeing all of the juicy things that are in there.
Yeah, we didn't mention Fat Nuggets, who was...
No, Fat Nuggets was not mentioned.
Yeah.
Which is Angel Dust's pet pig. Demon pig.
Yeah.
Very cute, very adorable. We love Fat Nuggets.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the thing. We'll see you again for episode 2 later.
That's right.
And we'll sign it off. I'm Nathaniel Avila.
And I'm Clara Avila. Have a hell of a day.
You can't say that.
Thank you for listening to a Vision podcast, home of wacky talkies, The Kingdom, Evil Exists, and many more.